Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, a bit of a slight delay there, but hello and welcome to the shed. I'm Mark, your host. You guys know that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for taking your time. And first of all, we'll start out to our members. Our members are rock stars, so thank you very much for being a member of this channel. It certainly helps grow and support. Although, as you can see in the counter up there, we've lost a couple of subscribers, probably because I'm not putting out enough content or something like that. But anyway, it goes up and down. It's not a problem. But thanks everyone for being here. And episode 99, back to the grindstone. Of course, as you know, I work a full-time job, and it just feels, even though we had that time off over Christmas, it just feels like that we're back into the old grindstone again and grinding away. And in the distance, there's a shed dog you might see. The forklift's not behind us because it's forklift is, where is it? The forklift is, hey presto, it's hiding over there. We've got something going on over there, which we'll talk about in a minute. But one of the shed dogs was in here. Where are you, shed dogs? Come here, come on. Come here. Oh, look at that, a shed dog making an appearance. Oh, run away. Oh, well, there you go. They might wander in later. It is still pretty hot here for us. As you can see, I'm in a singlet. It's pretty warm, whatever it is, 30 degrees. Oh, speak of the devils. Hello. You come in. Matt, what have you done? God, where did you get that mud from? Oh, I don't know. You've been digging and splashing and doing things, haven't you? They've been running around like mad chooks and playing with each other. So shed dog number one's probably going to go and take a lap of water. There's a water things down there. No, Jamad. Oh, you mean for the engine? That's coming up in July. 100 years old in July. And hopefully we'll have some really, really good progress, and we'll be able to make it go toot toot. That'd be really wonderful if I could do that. I'd be over the moon if that could happen. A lot of work's got to go into it yet, but that's the way it is. Time for a sip of your water. Oh, that's good. Righto, let's kicking it off. Now, Mrs. Shed Talk has been working behind the scenes, and she has come up with a design on a cup here. However, she's not too happy with the colour that it's come out. She was hoping more of a goldy colour, like a brassy colour. But yeah, it came out more of a greeny colour. And we got Mark Shed Talk, since 2025, and a guy on a drill or a milling machine with some tools up the top, and another guy over there on the lathe. So, oh yeah, that's it, Jamar. Sorry. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, 100th episode next week. And if you go back to the start, you'll see a completely different style of show that we have previously done. So I reckon it takes you 100 to really start getting recognised or something like that, or the 100th show will. That's where you realise you've made all your mistakes and you start implementing the changes and things like that. So hopefully, maybe things will be getting better from now. So anyway, let's not delay this any further, because we're going to be making some banging noise. We're going to go over to the bench cam, and I'll give you a talk. Actually, no, we're going to go over to our talking head, because we got the mobile cam on the go, and it's going to get a little bit shaky. Right, a little bit shaky, but that's all right. And I'll describe what's going on here. This part of the engine is what they call the smoke box, and that's where the smoke comes out. Normally there's a chimney on here, which is over there, right there. That's the chimney there. Sits on top of a casting, which is right here behind me. Whoops. So that's the old chimney-based casting, and the new one is right under here. Look at that. It was just hiding. So we've got to drill some holes in this one, and also you can see some holes in this one that the blast pipe or the exhaust pipe goes into, the holes for mounting it onto. We're getting a little bit over here, so these holes. But anyway, this is coming off. It's not just a matter of I want to take it off. We got to take it off so we can get in and do some repairs to this, because it's suffered some fairly major corrosion, which we can just turn a light on right now. Righto. This engine sat in a park like many others for 50 odd years. Shout out to Emma if she's in the chat, and her group, Shannondale Steam Shed. They've just been given a steamroller out of a park, similar sort of condition. It's been sitting there for a long time, and they're in the process of getting it ready to move. So let's go down here. There we go. We're looking, normally there's a door here. Oh, let me get this right. Hang on. Let's go around the other side because I can't see a thing. So just bear with me for a minute. We'll go for a bit of a cook's tour. It's a little bit shaky, I know. Wobble cam. Yeah, that's the one. Or I could... It's the same as what Emma does. You should be used to it by now, Peter. So let's see if I can get the... There we go. Oh, no. No, I can't. Righto. Righto, so we're around the front now. I've got the forklift up underneath the headstock here. This is what it's called, the headstock. And there's a big piece that sits in here, and then the front forks come up through there, very similar to a motorcycle. And you can see a little bit of wear on here, but nothing, no great amount of wear. I'm not even going to worry about doing anything with that. I'm just going to leave it. And these are where the grease cups go on. This one's been damaged, and the actual grease cup, which was probably made of brass, it went a long time ago. So I'm going to have to fabricate those. Originally, it's cast iron, and there was one at the front here and one at the back, and that was to lubricate all this. As you can see, I've already taken out some bolts here on the headstock, and once again, these haven't been taken out since it was put together 100 years ago, and you can see some of the bolts I've already knocked out already, and I'm going to be knocking a few more out, and hopefully this will just come out nicely. I've already got the forks under it, like I said, to take a bit of weight. But what we're looking at here is the smoke box. Now, normally there's a door on there. I do have that door, but it's severely rusted. And the bit that's cut out down the bottom of that radius there, it has suffered deterioration. So we had to cut that out. And other bits and pieces have suffered deterioration. Some of the rivet heads are missing, so they need to be replaced, about 8 or 9, maybe 10 or maybe a dozen all up. And, there's other work we got to do, get in there and recut a thread down the bottom of the tube plate. That's the tube plate right there that I'm pointing to, where all the tubes come through. And that thread needs to be fixed up. Plus, it's with the headstock and smoke box off, it's just going to make the access to that area so much easier, and it's just going to make it 100 times easier, and that's what we're doing. So we'll before it gets too to, let's go the ultra wide camera. There we go. We'll go to a bigger view. We'll get you set up here. We'll knock a few bolts out. We'll do this live. I had previously recorded this. Does that look all right? Maybe not. I'll just go check this on the big screen and have a look at the chit chat. You'll be able to see me. That looks pretty good, actually. And I'll have a sip of your water. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Hello, Kerry. I'm here, yep. Okay. Righto, so let's see what happens. Wish me luck. Not really. I've got the support under there. Most of the weight will go onto the forks, or all of the weight will go onto the forks initially. And righto. So I've only, righto, there we go, a bit more light on the subject. I haven't, these came off real easy. I didn't have to get a flogging spanner or anything on. They just came off with the shifter. They broke pretty easily. I was a bit surprised, but anyway. Some of them are dropping out relatively easy. Put that over there. Let's get these ones out. Now these washers, these spring washers, are a Groover's patent. I did discover a flyer on those, which I've showed on the stream before, but I might have to show again. There we go, there's another one out. Here's the first one I took out the other day, and I'll be putting all new ones in. And you may be able to see that the threads have been burred over. So these are a pretty good fit, or they're a fitted bolt because they're taking a lot of stress and strain. So all new bolts will be going in here. And when I was hammering before, I actually cracked one of the nuts. New nuts and bolts all around for this particular section. Now, there's no guarantee that even when I do take all these bolts out, that it'll come loose, because, like I said, it's been together for 100 years, and when things stick for 100 years, usually they don't let go too easily. Right, one more to go. Let's see what happens. Now, I had previously gone around and hitting the headstock with a hammer to see if it would move, and this might be there's a lot of pressure there. Yep, moved a lot easier than what I thought, even though it's been here for 100 years. Righto, let's just get that. Yep, it's there. It did slip a bit, but anyway, we'll just let this down slowly. Don't need the forklift running. Yeah, it's all clear. And I'll tell you what, we'll change views. now I've got me, now that's come loose. And Emma, if you're watching, that's how easy it is, whoops, to remove a headstock. Righto, wibbly wobbly. Okay, let's get this around here, just like so. My hand will be out of the way soon. Don't worry, don't panic. Oh, these things are supposed to grippy. Hang on. Right, oh, that'll do. It's not exactly what I wanted, because this is not, everything's just off balance. There we go. That's better. Here we go, we'll go down. And we'll just get all those bolts out the way so I can go right down. Well, they said it wasn't meant to be easy, but in this case it was easy, and everyone can do it. Hang on. Hey, come here. Right. Hang on. I just got to talk with the dogs. Come on, with me. Come on. Come on. With me. Stop. Mrs. Shed Talk is coming down to get the dogs. So there you go. One headstock down off a steamroller that hasn't been off for 100 years. And I think I'm going to be definitely cutting these up and doing some shorts. So as you can see already, let's get this in here. We've got, we're looking up there, and we've got even more access to the smoke box now that the headstock's out of the way. And I'm actually quite happy that it came off as easy as it did, and how much more access we've got to assess the situation. There you go. Sometimes things are meant to be easy. That's better. Anyway, there we go. All right. It's the star of the show, no? Right, let's turn some lights off and we'll go back to the... No, don't worry about the lights. Why is a button? Why is one button so hard to find? It's right in front of me. Righto, there we go. All right. There's the cars. There's the shed. I'm coming back over to the computer. There's a project. There's a project. What else is a project? This is a project. That's a project. That's one of those retractable reels that doesn't retract properly, and I think it leaks. So that needs to be worked on. It's a spare hose. I've got another hose running there. I really need to run a hose up from the compressor and along there, along the roof, down over to the lathe here. But also the whole idea of that retractable one is the retractable one is meant to, say, go up on the wall here. And right, let's go for a walk. What are you dogs doing? Hey. Hang on. I wonder what was going on. Sorry, folks, that grand tour. The interesting things that you get on the live stream. That's the veranda. That's what you don't see. Anyway, it's a nice, quite a nice night. A little bit of cloud. You won't see anything there. Certainly not a starry night. But anyway, that's the excitement for tonight. And as you can see, the shed, if those who haven't, most of the time you only see part of the shed. We do have a lot of room. And oh, look at that. Oh, now, righto. Let's go back over here. Let's go that way. You're not gonna see this carrying on and wobblies, and it didn't have the steady cam or anything like that. Mind you, it was pretty steady. Righto. Oh boy. Okay. What do I do with my glasses? I can't see without my glasses. I'll leave them over here on the forklift somewhere. On my head. Did I drop them? Well, there you go. That's interesting. What did Mark do with his glasses? Can anyone remember what he did with his glasses? All right, let's just go to intermission while I have a quick look for the glasses. Them. Right. Well, you obviously heard everything because I was meant to put it on mute. But anyway, these things happen. Yes, it was. Thank you, Kerry, for saying that. Righto. Let's see what's going on here. Righto. What else has been going on? Well, sounds like it was a good day. Yes, it was a good day. It was a good day. It was in the cool. We had the aircon going, so it was great. So you did see a bit of a cook's tour of the shed household. So yeah. So anyway, right. Getting back to where was I? Getting back to where I was. So if we go over to Benchcam there, and we can see the overview. There's the work's progressing. I don't think we've had our mini puddings yet. Might go up and have that after this, actually, I think. Oh, I'm going to just sipping on that water. Getting a bit low, but anyway. Right, so we've got the milling machine right in the way. I'm going to definitely set up, or maybe I'll move the cameras around to get some different views, because we've had these same views for quite a while now. You do see a camera up on the wall there, and it's a camera that works. However, it's really old, and it really doesn't give good quality picture. However, it's still a picture, that's for sure. Look, when it records video, because that's what it is, it's a video camera, it does actually record really well. I think being the age it is, I think maybe 1080p, I'm not sure. But yeah, when it comes for live streaming, and that's what I started out using, that particular camera plus another one for live streaming. It got me started, and that's the main thing. And then I upgraded to the webcams that we're seeing such good quality for. And I definitely need to, like I said, reposition those webcams. But the problem is I'm running out of room in terms of inputs on the back of the computer because the cameras run HDMI cables, where these webcams, they run on USB-C, and I've only got a limited number of ports in the back. However, I could probably get some sort of adapter that would allow me to expand my inputs, which should still show up on the on the editing on the software here that I use. So there you go. There's a long-winded explanation to how I'm going to sort out a few things. Now let's go over to the talking head, and you got a nice close up. We've still got the camera rolling. I haven't closed that off. I've a nice close up of the water bottle. That's the little water bottle system that my wife uses. It's very handy. However, the hot water side of things, it's not coming out really hot. So we need to have a look and see what's going on, whether it's something electrical or something, something else. But who knows? Righto. Hang on a minute, guys. I've just got to go check something out. Sorry about this. We'll just go over to intermission in the meantime. Righto, we're back again. Sorry about that, folks. Mr. Shed Talk had taken Shed Dog 2 out for a bit of training, and it was just her opening and closing the gate that I was hearing. I thought there was something else going on. But anyway, once again, that's Emma's roller on the tractor pull up at the steam event that we went to up in Toowoomba, the National Rally, and you can see videos of that on my YouTube channel. Right, I was going to talk about, so I'm going to go over to the talking head again, and I'll just turn that off for a second. Right, yes, okay. So out of all the research that we've done on the steamroller, seeing we're talking about the steamroller and what's going on in the shed, it's mostly things that are going on in the shed here. I have talked about this before, but it probably needs to be talked about a bit more in depth. This is the order book. As you can see, everything's written by hand. And this is also known as the build sheet. So this tells the customer comes along and they, John Fowler and company have steamrollers, various sizes. And, the customer says, okay, I want one of these. So they write it out. And as you can see at the top of the page there, this is the erecting shop specifications, or where now the erecting shop is it this one here? Nope. Why isn't that? Hang on, let's turn that off. Let's turn that. Works photo, that one there. So that's when I say the erecting shop, this is it. This is where things were put together. Back in the day, they didn't have an assembly line like we know it today in the modern day factory. This is an assembly line, but it's more like organised chaos. So this is the erecting shop. So the machine shop would be over to one side or another part. The foundry was in a different part of the factory, but this is where it all came together. So this is the erecting shop that we're talking about. And this is the information, as you can see, all handwritten back in the day, that would be sent to the erecting shop, and shows you the date. And this particular is, April 17, 1919. And it was issued, that's when it was issued, and the engine number is 14626. And you can see the class T3 8 tons compound roller. So that's exactly the same as the one we're working on right here. And you can see who it's for. It's looks like it's GJ and Company Bombay. A lot of engines, a lot of stuff went to India, like it did come here to Australia and other places around the world. And we go down, we can see the builder's plate here, a representation of it, and what the customer wanted, nameplates, all that sort of stuff. There's other details as well in here, and so we go over and we can see one class 3 8-ton compound road roller, 3-shaft engine. These are the cylinders, the size of the rear rolls, the front rolls, or they call them the hind rolls. The water tank capacity, which is 85 gallons, the flywheel, and all the information that the erecting shop needs to put this thing together so they can send it to the customer. Now, our engine number is 16930. So it would be nice. This is the information that I'd really like out of all the pieces of the puzzle. This is, the information that I'd really like, just to see exactly, exactly what it had, what it's supposed to have, all that sort of stuff. So, it's one of those things. Unfortunately, I've been told it doesn't exist. However, another guy I've talked to, he reckons that it is a possibility that my engine might be in this book. Now, this book is held at the Museum of English, the Museum of English Rural Life, which is incorporated or part of the University of Reading. And when I have in the past requested this information, you just get a simple, sorry, it doesn't exist, or we can't find it, or something like that. And so it's a bit disappointing that this possibly is not available, or maybe it's there and no one's seen it. So I do have a whole series of these particular photos of this book for this particular engine, which is a big help. But having the information for our engine would just be so much better. It'd be so much. It'd be over the top. So, and once again, we've got a list here as well. So with all the information we have at hand in terms of this list here, we've got a build sheet to an engine that's very similar, and sorry, that's some sort of a bug going crazy with all the lights on. We're just missing that one piece of the puzzle. We've even got examples of the original drawings, and they've been a big help, but we just haven't got that one little piece, that last piece of the puzzle. And it'd be fantastic if we could actually get that piece of the puzzle. But anyway, you never know what's going to come. You never know what you're going to come across, because when we started out on this, you know, we had a bit of an uphill battle with it, and it is surprising to see the amount of information that has come forward, not just from what we've found, but other people have helped me out, people all around the world, here in Australia. It's just been absolutely fantastic to see what we've been able to get a hold of, and any further information would just be an absolute bonus. But anyway, that's the way it is. So the other thing that we've got things like this. This is no different to what companies, you know, put out today, telling them about. You can see who they are up the top, and if you're interested in road making and road maintenance, you know, this is the machine for you, and you should buy this because of all these great reasons. And I have this one, plus I have a couple others. The engine represented on this particular flyer is the same as this engine we're working on, and good all-round size. And it's just, yeah, it's just, like I said, it's absolutely fantastic what I've been able to uncover while, you know, while we've, oh, here we go. Sorry, folks, that was a bit of a mistake. During this, you know, little exercise here, and I'm just going to see if I can bring up another one. What do we call it? What do we call it? I have no, we're looking in the wrong place. Desktop. And I'll just see if I can lay my hands on it quickly. Probably can't. That's the one. So we have this one here. This is another, no, not that one. There we go. Let's get rid of that one and have a look at this one. Just resize this for a bit. This is another one showing what John Fowler and company could do. That you could, you know, if you're looking for a steam wagon, if you're looking for a road roller, or, you know, it's just another flyer, and it's just more information that we uncovered as we went along. And a lot of these just came up in simple searches online, and keeping a stock of these has certainly been very handy, that's for sure. Okay, I've got two of those. And now when I talk about the roller being in the park, this is it here. This is, let's get rid of that. This is it in the park where it's sat for 50 years of its life. And as you can see, they did eventually put it on a concrete plinth, but still didn't have any cover over it. And when this image was taken, I believe this was, I'm not sure exactly, you can see it still had the canopy on it, and at some stage later on they removed the canopy, and unfortunately all those bits have long since disappeared. They probably went to the scrap or something like that. It would be nice if those items did turn up again. However, we do have the drawing to copy off to get all the details to indicate that, you know, to get all the correct dimensions and all that sort of stuff. And there's this photo, it's showing that it's got a short canopy, but another photo we've got, one of the original photos, which I don't think I've got here for some reason, and I'll bring that up. Let's find that. That's when it was a photo of the roller when it was just not long out of service. And I should have all this ready to go, but like I said, yeah, I'm a little bit disorganised. Let's go in here. No, and I probably won't find it. Although it is here somewhere. No. And I'll have to set that up for next week. That's for sure. No. All right. No worries. That's not a problem. Yeah. So anyway, as we go on, we'll discover new things and keep working away and all that sort of wonderful stuff. G'day, Zakau. Thanks for being here, mate. Hope you're doing well. Fairly into the show tonight. I've been going since about 7:30, so we're getting close to 45 minutes now. And but yeah, thanks for coming in and tuning in, taking a bit of time. We're just talking about the steamroller and various aspects of it. You can always go back and watch the replay. However, when Mrs. Shed Talk has gone back to watch the replay to see the chat hasn't come up, even though I enable it to have the chat live chat replay. So I might have to do a bit more investigation into that, I think. Anyway, that's where we're up to. I've got I've got a part off a steamroller I need to work on, and that's not going to be done tonight. It'll probably be done tomorrow night, but it's one of the ones off the club at Old Petrie Town, part of the motion work, and it needs a bit of repair to try and improve its reliability. It's got a piece missing, so we need to weld that back into place. Unfortunately, I don't get enough time to spend in this shed, although even though I do spend a lot of time in this shed, and I sometimes feel that I don't spend enough time in here, especially after being home over Christmas and spending as much time as we did in here doing things, and but just being at home in general. But however, the day job pays the bills, so that's what you got to do. All right, let's go here, and that's probably about it for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up at that. I'd like to thank everyone for joining in tonight and engaging in the chat and just being here and watching the videos. Thanks again, everyone. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Whistle.